Is Quebec going to extend its secularism laws even further, with more educational institutions and now even daycares being affected? Well, here's what you need to know. A government-mandated committee was set up to study the way in which secularism laws were applied in Quebec. Now, the report was made public recently, and it has 50 recommendations, covering everything from prayer in public spaces all the way to prayer rooms in CEGEPs and universities, as well as regulations around religious events. But one of the recommendations is retaining a lot more attention than the others, prohibiting subsidized daycare workers from wearing religious symbols while on the job. Like all public school teachers, they would be banned from wearing religious symbols like hijabs, kippas, or turbans while at work. Now, there's already Bill 94, which hasn't passed yet, but would extend this to all school support staff. And the committee says that based on the testimonies it gathered, it found it necessary to extend this to daycares as well. And one of the lawyers who was on the committee also said that employees deserve to work in institutions that are secular, and children should be free from religious pressures. But the Canadian Council for Muslim Women is heavily criticizing this, calling it discriminatory.
We feel this is a direct attack on Muslim women because a lot of daycare workers are actually Muslim women who are veiled. So I feel that the Muslim community is again targeted. We are being discriminated against, especially the women, and I think we feel that our rights are violated. The economic freedom of Muslim women is being violated.
And the National Council of Canadian Muslims say the recommendations go too far.
This report is not actually suggesting that the government proceed in the spectrum of neutrality as it's accurately defined. Neutrality is the absence of an opinion. In this case, what we're really looking at is recommendations for the government to take away the rights of religious people. This is a perfect example of what happens when a government starts excluding its citizens or discriminating against its citizens based on what they look like and what they believe, as opposed to how they behave.
Now, it's unclear if or how exactly the Legault government plans to apply these recommendations, but Quebec's secularism minister reacted favorably to the report. Now, we should mention that Bill 94 has a special exemption, meaning that any current school staff wouldn't be affected. And the committee says that the same would apply to any current daycare workers. But there's already concerns about the impact it could have on the daycare system long term.
We know for the last many years, there is a shortage in staff. And that's why we keep saying and keep bringing back what will be the impact on the staff, because we need staff. We need qualified staff. And we've been asking for them to facilitate or help. Shall we have to put our energy and our focus on this? There's so many needs in the early childhood sector and all other public sector, might I say.
One legal expert that we spoke to said that many of these secularism measures could successfully be challenged in court if ever they became law. But the CAQ government has used the notwithstanding clause before to combat those kinds of challenges.